Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Sanity Stream with Lucius Cole, the place where you go to gain a little bit of your sanity back in what has become a battlefield known as American politics. Today I got a nice little show for you. For the Cole Factory, we're going to be talking about breakthroughs in COVID. Tonight, Donald Trump speaking about some therapeutics coming out in order to help and fight the Chinese virus. Again, we're going to be going into Kamala Harris being prank called by Greta Thunberg herself, or perhaps it was Russian bots. We'll get into it. And then I'm going to be talking specifically about what's going on in the RNC and the speakers that we are going to be seeing in the Republican National Convention. So let's get into it. This seems to have just hit the airwaves as of 2:30 this afternoon. I'm currently shooting at 4:46 p.m. If it is something hot and something spicy, I will drop an additional video today or later tonight. We'll see exactly what's going on, but President Donald Trump plans to announce a major therapeutic breakthrough related to the COVID-19 pandemic on Sunday night. White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany tweeted Saturday night that Trump would hold a press conference at 6 p.m. Sunday to discuss therapeutics related to the coronavirus that has sickened 5.7 million Americans, if you can believe the number, and killed 176,000 as of Sunday afternoon, according to data collected by Johns Hopkins University. Now, one thing that I do want to state is, I don't know if you've seen this, but they count basically every single coronavirus death. And what I mean exactly by that is, if the person died and they had corona, even if that wasn't the major reason why they died, they still list that as a COVID death, which is why you see a pretty large spike in terms of America compared to other countries. America, I think, currently sitting as 8 worldwide in terms of deaths, so we are not, number one per se, but we're not at the bottom of the barrel as well. But with that said, I don't know if you've seen people being attacked by sharks and dying and getting COVID listed as their death. There was a motorcycle accident down here in Florida where it was considered a COVID death, as well as, multiple other entries where if there is even a hint of corona involved, they list it as a corona death. So let's just keep that in mind. With that being said, I'm really excited to see exactly what therapeutics they're talking about here. Obviously, Trump has been very pro hydroxychloroquine, even saying himself in multiple interviews that he takes it on a weekly, if not daily basis. Knowing that the most powerful man in the world is taking this particular therapeutic, and it is working for him, and, seeing that he's an older man, he loves McDonald's, apparently he loves Coke, obviously doesn't look like he lifts all that much, although he's a fairly large man. We'll see exactly where it goes. Let's get into something a little bit funnier. So, Kamala Harris is pranked by Russian hoaxers. That's right. So the Russian bots are real, boys and girls. The Russian bots are here to attack who posed as climate activist Greta Thunberg and her father and offer Biden's VP pick dirt on Trump. So, foreign nationals claiming that they have dirt on Donald Trump, and Kamala Harris just eats it up. Apparently, they also contacted the Prince of England and was able to get on the phone call with him and trick him as well. So I don't know who these two Russian guys are, but they are epic upon massive proportions, able to trick even the most supposedly sophisticated and talented and intelligent people of the world. Let's get into it. So this is the actual transcript. You can follow it up here. It's on thedailymail.co.uk. But what I thought would be a little bit better was, what if we actually listened to the audio recording itself? Why not? Let's get into it. So, bada boom.
Kamala Harris.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Kamala.
Oh, hello,
I'm
Greta.
glad you can talk.
Congratulations on all of your leadership. I'm so inspired by your courage and your voice.
it would be cool to support you in your campaign. Or what is the best way to do it?
The best way to do it would be to talk about my climate plan. You know what I can do is I can ask my policy team to follow up with you with more detail on what exactly would be helpful and what is something that you would like to do. And then
I'm just the fact that she is able to get on a phone call with someone who may possibly become the vice president of the United States of America, literally one gunshot away from being the most powerful person on the planet, and able to get on a one-on-one phone conversation with them actually blows my mind. Seeing this video really does open up a lot of doors, I think, for a lot of people to not only troll these particular politicians, but even get some real dirt on these people who seem to be just very open and candid while talking on the telephone, which of course is being recorded. We'll see.
And we can talk about more detail about how that can work, and that would be very helpful. And I thank you for that.
And by the way, we wrote to many politicians, but not many people respond. How sad it is.
And don't be upset. Recently, even President Putin said about you.
It wasn't what I wanted.
Well, it just highlights the need that we have to be active, and that there are forces working against our movement, and we have to fight for these things. And so,
guys, how is this even possible? How is this even possible? Oh, God. I guess let's just keep going. Why not?
this is that moment, and you have been a great warrior in this cause.
Also terrified of what Trump is doing. I even can't sleep or eat when I see him on TV. That terrible meeting in the UN building in September, I had nightmares. I saw him in the corridor. I shouted to him to sign the Paris Climate Agreement. He came over. He said softly to me, "You will never achieve the goal." So,
she says that Trump walked up to her and said, "You will never achieve your goal." Just making him seem like the most callous man on the planet. Oh, God. You know, I do like Trump because he will go to foreign leaders and he's got that little eye twitch. You know, he's got that crazy eye to him, where I think he gains the respect of a lot of the people that you would consider bad people. You know, leaders in the Middle East, Kim Jong-un, being some notable ones. But he doesn't mess around. You know, he's willing to pull the trigger if things need to happen. But he usually does. He goes for peace first, and if peace doesn't work, then he knows that he has the power of the largest and most powerful military in the entire world. Let's keep going.
Do not
he continued. He continued.
Do not be deterred. You have the ability to see what is possible in a way that many do not. And there will be people who are going to work against progress. That is always the case. Always in history, there have been people who work against progress. Listen, nothing that has been achieved in this world that has been about progress came without a fight. This is the nature of it.
But it's very sick to behave like that. I mean, President Trump.
Yes, it is. And it is similar to previous times in history when some people could not imagine how things can be different, and then leaders did imagine and could see it and led. And so you have been a great leader. Do not be deterred.
So Greta has recorder always with her, and when it happened,
it's in my pocket. Oh yes.
And it was in Greta's recording now, and so if you would like to get it, we can provide it.
Maybe this.
So this is the moment where he's basically giving her a little piece of information, you know, a little dirt on Trump, you know, apparently going up to Greta Thunberg and saying, "You will never complete your goal." So let's see if Kamala takes the bait.
This recorder can help you in my side,
Thank you. That would be
I can
wonderful. Thank
I
you.
can
Thank you. That would be
testify
wonderful.
against this terrible man.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. Okay,
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry I have to hang up now, but Josh will follow up with you, and we will stay in touch and work together. And I look forward to working with you.
We're in Canada now, but we will be in the US soon.
Oh, good. Then we should make a plan then. I would like that.
Yes. I hope that you will not arrest us, like
No.
I want to go to jail, really.
like some people
I
do.
look forward to seeing you. Be well.
You can tell though, Kamala is sharp. You know, she was a lawyer for a long time. She was a very dismal lawyer and kept people in prison for longer than their sentences so that she could use them for cheap labor and fighting forest fires that are all over California for $1 an hour, and also putting thousands of people behind prison for marijuana violations while stating that she herself smoked marijuana and then laughed about it when it was brought up. And then on top of the fact that she also, as if the dirt just can't keep falling from the sky, the coal is just, it's nice and hot. She also stated that she withheld information that would have gotten a man off death row. So this is the type of person that the DNC thinks is their end-all, be-all. I saw an amazing meme the other day. It was called All Out of Options, which I think is exactly what Biden and Kamala represent perfectly. Again, obviously, she didn't directly say she wanted the information, but she did say it in kind of a passive way, like that would be very helpful. But she's very smart about not saying yes and not saying no so that she can't be pulled and wrapped into this. But the fact that they exposed that they, foreigners who don't even live in this country are willing to give information, obviously false and fake information. They were Russian trolls. But giving it to her and her not outright saying no should say a lot. So on to the next story. Rose McGowan. She was a Charmed actress, and she has just been lighting up the DNC. Now, she's not pro-Trump by any stretch of the imagination, boys and girls, but what she is stating is things that I believe a lot of people on the left believe, but won't actually go out and say because they hate Trump so much. It's ironic because you see a lot of people on the left trying to take this moral high ground. It's almost as if, the wheel of history is turning. It used to be the right, the Christian right, who would say, hey, don't do that, that's bad. Hey, stop doing that. Hey, that would, you would go to hell for that. And now the left has become the morality police. The right is fun. The right is a warm pool party, boats, beer, having fun, shooting guns, being free, liberty, love, happiness. And the left is just an angry mob, just burning, looting, murdering, smashing windows, attacking police officers, attacking people because of the color of their skin, screaming Black Lives Matter while they burn down black-owned businesses, and Antifa saying that they are anti-fascist when in fact they are the fascists themselves. But here we go. Rose McGowan, you are the season of darkness. Joe Biden and DNC, you are the monsters. You are the frauds. You are the lie. Wow. Really just going through for the throat. Just calling out the fact that Democrats state all this stuff, and it seems like every single year. Trump was the first president in my lifetime who actually said what he was going to do, and he did it. He said he was going to pull us out of the wars. He's pulled us out of the wars. Every single time, I don't know if you know, but 4 bases in Afghanistan have closed down completely. He did sign a bit of a treaty with the Taliban, because obviously when you're trying to fight a war where you don't know who the enemy is, you're going to have issues with that. But Afghanistan moving out, Iraq moving out, no longer bombing Syria, no longer bombing Libya and Yemen. Able to bring a peace accord and a deal between Israel and the United Arab Emirates, place that I've been to both of those places. And Democrats just seem to keep eating up the same exact spiel every single time. Do you not remember Obama? Hope and change, hope and change. I'm going to bring you out of the foreign wars. I'm going to close Guantanamo Bay. What did he do? He dropped more bombs, did more drone strikes than any president in U.S. history. Killed more black and brown people than any president ever, including slavery. But yet the left wants to sit on their high horse and think they are the morality police. She continues, what have the Democrats done to solve anything? Help the poor? No. Help black and brown people? No. Stop police brutality? No. Help single mothers? No. Help children? No. You have achieved nothing. Nothing. Why did people vote Trump? Because of you motherfuckers. God damn! Just going for the throat. She doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't care at all. And obviously it continues on. Just ends up being a total browbeat and fight between one of her old co-stars in her show and now her. But it's great, Obviously she's not pro-Trump, but the fact that an actual celebrity called out what the DNC actually is, and the fact that she called out Hillary Clinton. Here, let me see if I can find the tweet that I'm referencing in particular. Here we go. I was raped by a top Democratic donor. Hillary Clinton shut down NBC's expose of White House with one call from her spokesperson. I strongly believe Joe Biden is a rapist. DNC had Bill Clinton, serial abuser of young women, Epstein, and others to speak. You want me to be pro-Dem? I know more than you will ever know about their evil. You can hide behind your convenient morality. I won't. I mean, talk about going for the throat. I mean, the girl she just doesn't care anymore. I mean, and I can understand, a woman like this who's been raped, who's, obviously she's going through a tough time. She shaved her head. I mean, she's obviously broken in a lot of ways, but the fact that she's willing to stand up and fight for what is right, even though she doesn't support Trump, I can applaud her for that, and I really wish her the best. I really do. In other news, Republican National Convention key speakers are popping up right now, and there seems to be a lot of misinformation that's going on in terms of who's actually going to be speaking at the RNC. I really think that if these are the key speakers at the RNC, we can do better. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So of the key speakers, half of them are Trumps. Now, I'm all for having them as speakers. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is if they are key speakers, and I'm assuming key speakers is simply based on the time that they are allotted to speak, I think we could do a lot better. I think we can do a lot better in terms of key speakers. But again, people are pushing this out right now on the web, acting as if this is going to be the only people speaking. Not true at all. There's going to be a lot of speakers, and let me unveil them right now. A couple of the hot ones that you may have heard of: Matt Gaetz, Tim Scott, Jim Jordan, Nikki Haley, Kim Klacik, the woman that had that phenomenal ad that I covered a couple days ago in the podcast, just hopefully able to win Baltimore and Maryland. Donald Trump Jr., Melania Trump, Rand Paul making an appearance, which is awesome. Chris Peterson, Eric and Tiffany Trump, Nicholas Sandmann. Of course, if you remember that, where that kid was just standing there smiling with a MAGA hat on, and the entire internet exploded, and the mainstream media dragged this kid through the mud, and they didn't even know what was going on. That guy coming up to him, hitting the drum, and the black Israelites, attacking these Covington kids. Of course, he's the bad guy, right? That's how it always works with the media. Anything to make Trump look bad. We got Mike Pence, or what would the Democrats say? Mika Pints. Oh, God. Where's the comedy? Where's the love? Another Trump. Got Dana White in there as well. Rudy Giuliani. Not a bad list, but one thing that has been going in and around the interwebs, particularly Twitter, Candace Owens. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman is probably one of the greatest debaters and speakers on the right, and she is a black, beautiful woman. She's very articulate. She's very good with the way that she presents her opinion, and she's able to debate with the best of them, and she is an absolute savage, and I love her. And the fact that she wasn't listed as a speaker really is bad, and it is. It's she's getting attacked for it on Twitter. Go out there, show support for her. Hopefully the RNC recognizes this. Maybe they did already ask her if she wanted to attend. Maybe she decided not to, or for whatever reason. And again, why aren't people like Ben Shapiro there? We need to bring in the youth of the Republican Party to show the future of the Republican Party. Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro, people like this that will change the way that people see the party. We can do better. And Republicans need to get out of their own way, because the marketing message is not good enough. We have an army. We got the coal factory. We got the team. We got Republicans coming in. We got old Republicans. And we have so many new Republicans. Why don't we highlight the fact that we are changing? We still have our morality. We still have our pillars of conservatism. But we have new blood. And we need to highlight that. That's the end of this podcast. If you enjoyed, my name is Lucius Cole of the Sanity Stream. The coal factory getting nice and hot. Sorry, guys. I felt like my energy was a little bit down today. Hopefully you still enjoyed the show. Make sure to leave a comment down below. Also, make sure to hit the like button. And subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Love ya. Peace.